If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator Bait. If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator Bait.
Did you?
Welcome back and welcome in to another episode of the If You Ain't a Gator podcast. As always, got my man Kyle with me. Kyle, how are we doing today, bro?
Doing well. X has been pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's been so chill. I logged out. I really hadn't been on in a while. So I don't know if anything's going on, but it seems like it's pretty quiet out there.
Some news might have hit. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll talk about it.
Oh shoot, really?
Yeah. I mean, I think I heard or read something that, maybe something that everybody couldn't get over talking about might have got announced.
Oh.
Real quick, before we dive into that, do us a favor. If you're watching and you enjoy our show and you have a lot of fun watching us, smash that subscribe button for us, hit the like button, and share it out for us. Go ahead and share it right now. Send it to your family, send
Grandma,
it to friends, neighbors, send it as a spam.
Your local FSU fan.
Yeah, especially them. We love to talk about them. We got some stuff to talk about. We are going to touch on everyone's favorite subject, the quarterback battle. That's no longer a battle. We know who QB1 officially is. And then we're going to be diving into the defensive back room, and we're going to be touching on the Kentucky game. So we got some stuff to talk about tonight. We will also be touching on the Summerall press conference, but we know really what we're going to talk about.
They didn't even hear anything else that man had to say.
No, it was
as soon as they said that, they all left that stream and went straight to social media to either complain or be happy.
Yeah, seriously. He could have been like, there's $10,000 in the stadium, go get it, and everybody it'd still be sitting there to this day. But crazy, but hey, it really matters who our QB1 is. Can I touch on something real quick before we dive into who QB1 is? You want to know what my favorite thing about Gator Nation is? Favorite thing. I love this.
Their patience, understanding, compassion, empathy.
Yeah, you hit it right out of the park. No, my favorite thing is, right? So let's just rewind some months, right? John Summerall gets hired. We're waiting to find out who his hires are, right? And this is a vast majority of like who we gonna hire, right? Hits the timeline. Who do we hire as our OC? Buster Faulkner. What's the first thing that everybody starts saying? He's an amazing OC. He can do anything with all these people. Look what he did with Stetson Bennett. Look what he did over there with him, and look what he did with Haynes King, and all this different stuff about Buster Faulkner this, Buster Faulkner that, right? Cool.
Oh, then we finally got a good OC who knows ball.
Yeah, we got an OC that's going to bring scoring back and yada yada yada, right? So okay, cool. And then fast forward, John Summerall comes out. He names who his QB1 is, and everyone's like, "That's wrong. I know that you, John Summerall, and you, Buster Faulkner, you are hired to do this job, and you are hired to pick who should be here. But us, who's sitting at home, we have an opinion that it doesn't agree with you. So you're wrong now. You're wrong. You've done everything else great, but this here's wrong. Come on, man." But anyways, that's just my rant.
Yeah, I mean, again, Gator fans are quick to turn on them. And
so quick.
And I'm not even going to address the race thing. Like, I think that's just completely stupid and out of left field. But people will find a way to put that in today's society. But to me, like, we were like, we got Buster. We got a real coordinator. John, he started Darian Mensah. He was, third or fourth on the depth chart, and he started him. He found his guy. And then we named the guy. And, half of Twitter wanted the other guy. And so people are pissed. And then people, again, start to melt down. And no games have been played, right? Everybody sees a few practice clips and some notes, and they think that, like, they know better. We just need football back. That's really what it comes down to. And the nice part is we've got football Saturday.
We do. Yeah.
I get to hate watch FSU with my wife, who's an FSU alum. So that's always a great time.
We love Kristen. We love her. But
she did go to law school at Florida State. So
yeah, but that's a flaw, and it's okay. It's okay. We forgive it. No, I just touching on him. John Summerall, if you guys don't know, if you don't, you definitely are not on Twitter. But John Summerall named Aaron Philo QB1. And you know what's actually is funny about him naming him? He never officially said that. He said we're going forward in him being QB1.
With him being, he said we're preparing for him to be the starter.
Exactly. And what's so funny about it is that that's not 110%, but I feel like what a lot of Gators fans heard was Aaron Philo is QB1 and Trammell, you're out of here. Like, you're no longer at the University of Florida. Like, it's not happening.
Well, he even said in the presser, this is not an anointing.
Exactly.
Who's going to get more of the ones going forward.
Yeah, this is what it's going to be.
If you suck, you won't play long. And Trammell, if you continue to improve, you might earn playing time.
Exactly.
We should be happy that he went and was able to make a decision a week and a half out and not have to work. No, I think if it was bad, if both guys weren't good, it would have been, hey, we got to rotate guys because we got to find somebody who can maybe get us to 6 wins, 7 wins.
Yeah.
The fact that he already said it was close, but it's Philo. We feel comfortable with that. I think we've got 2 capable guys, and that's all I really care about. I don't care who the starter is. I just want them to win us some freaking football games.
That's it. Just win football games. And I put it on X. My biggest thing, what I care about. I don't care who the quarterback is that's trotting out there. I don't have an alliance to either side. I don't care. The only way I'd care is if you're like, hey, Tim Tebow's coming. I'm like, cool, pick him. Like Kyle Trask, cool, pick him. But as for these two, I don't have a side. The only thing I guess you could say is that I'm like, oh yeah, Trammell was here last year. Cool. Like, that's cool. He was a Gator last year. But as for right now, we got these 2 guys here. They're both Gators. Put winning out there. The biggest thing for me is if it gets going bad, will you make the switch? If he throws 3 interceptions in a game, you see he has the yips. Do you throw Trammell in there to try to bring that game back and make it happen? That's what I care about.
That's my biggest thing as well. And I 100% do not. I don't have any doubt that not only Summerall but Buster as well. I think if you get to 3, which I hope we don't, but if somebody on that team gets to 3, they're gone.
Yeah.
For the rest of the game. If you got everybody has a bad day at the office, that's fine. You don't leave a guy who's got like the yips or a mental block or he's sick or whatever the hell is going on, like what happened to LSU last year. You don't leave a guy like that in.
Yeah.
For 5 picks because you're going to break him like beyond just a game.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. And it's just like when it comes to who's playing, do you make that change? And I've been very adamant on this is that if you throw an interception, right? There are differences in interceptions. Like an interception, is it bad? Only in the sense of momentum is it bad. But if it's 45 seconds left going into halftime and you're up by 3 or you're up by 7 or whatever, and you're forcing the ball down the field and you're just trying to make something happen and you throw a pick, that's not a bad interception. Don't throw an interception that loses a game. Don't throw an interception when you're down that swings momentum back the other way. That's where you don't want interceptions. But all interceptions are not the same. So it's just like, I get it. People look at the practice and like, well, Philo threw an interception here or this happened here. And it's like, okay, but it's practice. We have zero idea why those interceptions happen. They may have been putting Philo in a bad spot to learn something about the defense. Can the defense attack here and make it happen? We don't know what's going on at all times in that facility.
Yeah. It's just, and I mean, I think too, you look at it like in college elite quarterback play, you're going to have 6 or 7 interceptions, right? 1 every other game, right? Fernando Mendoza, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Yep.
Julian Sand, 31 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Yep.
The key with those guys, though, is that like they had a really good run game. And so I think if you can have a really good run game and you don't get stuck in passing situations, which we found ourselves in a lot last year.
Yeah.
I think that helps bring the interceptions down, because if you look at like the guys last year that made bad decisions or had a lot of picks, like generally they didn't have a great run game. Right. And even then, like there were guys that threw for 30 touchdowns and had double-digit interceptions. I don't want to have double-digit interceptions, but it doesn't kill you.
Yeah. I mean, take a chance. I
I
like
just
a
don't. I
quarterback
just
that
don't.
takes a
I just
chance.
don't want DJ. I just don't want to be number 2 in the nation in interceptions like DJ Lagway was last year. That we cannot have.
Yeah, you don't want that. And that's I think that everybody, John Summerall understands that. Like, that's what I want Gator Nation to understand is that if John Summerall is who we think he is, he made the right choice. He made the right decision. He's going with that decision. But if it goes bad, he will switch it. He's made it very known. Everything he has said has happened, or he does. And what he has said is this is not an anointing. This is not, I mean, just because we gave this to you right now and you're the starter.
Somebody's got to start. You can't bring out both of them.
Yeah.
On the first play.
If you throw you throw 2 interceptions against FAU,
you need cohesion. You can't. Again, I was never in favor of rotating drives. Oh, he's going to start the first half. He's going to start the second half. No, just pick a guy. You've got to make a decision. And if you need to go back on that decision and change it, you can do that at any point.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You picked your guy, right? Great. We're going into a week where it's okay, this is game prep. Like, we're prepping like a game week. Like, there's a game this Saturday, and then next week you actually have a game that's coming up. You got to pick your guy. You got to have your guy that's like, okay, we're prepping like this is a game this Saturday. You have to name somebody, and it's going to get out. You know, if someone's going to talk, it's going to get out. It's better to come from John Summerall's mouth.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just rip the Band-Aid off like he did. I by the way, I loved that.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't, you know, Billy Napier would have been like, well, you'll get it on the report that we were supposed to put out on, you know, Friday before the game. Like, no, just get ahead of it. Be a week and a half early. Let people, you know, go online and do what they're going to do, regardless of who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, Aaron Philo is going to have a short leash with Gator fans. With Gator fans. If Trammell had gotten it, the Trammell guys would have covered for him no matter what. Oh, he's young.
Yeah.
Oh, like, Philo's won the job, but he's got the most pressure by far in that room.
He does. You know something I'm very, very firm on, and I stand by this as strong as I can. Practice, I get it. Practice is important, and I think you should practice how you play, different things like that. But there are just gamers. They're just ballers that when they get into the game and the fire's on and the going's going, there's guys that can just step in and they can make it happen. I'm going to point something else out to you in watching Brooks Austin's breakdown, right? Something that you noticed about and that he brought up about Philo is that the way he can maneuver in the pocket, right? He knows how to shift himself around in the pocket. What's one thing, if our O-line is not there yet, you want somebody that has great pocket awareness. I get that Trammell might throw a little bit prettier of a ball or might have like a stronger deep pass. Well, guess what? If Trammell cannot stay standing upright and he doesn't know how to maneuver around in that pocket, the deep ball is not going to happen. Shocker, I know. But it's not going to happen. Like, if you cannot stay up. So you have Philo who can bounce around and he can maneuver around and create a little bit more time to get that deep pass there. And he can throw a deep ball. I'm not saying he can throw it 85 yards.
John Summerall said it himself. They're both pretty similar as far as the way they can move in the pocket, mobility, take off and run. He's even said they both have similar arm talent. I know everybody's, Trammell throws the back. Again, we've seen 3 games and a bunch of practice clips of Philo. And by the way, I've seen some film. Go watch Brooke. Philo can throw the ball too. Okay. The spring game, it wasn't crisp. It's the spring game. It's one game. It's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, he had a couple of nice throws there too. He didn't have wide open broken coverages and deep balls that like Trammell had, which real easy to hit those and make those look pretty. But like, people have got to stop it. Like, he doesn't have arm talent. Like, the guy said broke the Georgia's high school record. Was again when Buster Faulkner left. I think that was the first call he made.
Yeah.
And by the way, give the guy credit. He could have just shied away from competition and said, "I'll just stay at Georgia Tech and I'll go be the starter." Right? He would have had absolutely no competition. He would have been the guy for sure and been a legend there for staying.
Yeah.
He came here.
He came to have competition.
You've got to, like, dude, if it was my shoes, like, unless you're supremely confident that you've got what it takes, you stay at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
They were going to pay him more. No, he followed Buster. He believes in Buster. Buster believes in him. Again, I think Trammell made it close, but at the end of the day, we had said from the moment that this quarterback battle started was, I think, the reason it ended with Philo, and that is command of the offense, pre-snap, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important because if what Summerall alluded to, which is Trammell having trouble managing the shifts and the motions at the line, it doesn't matter how good his arm is. If you get a delay of game or you can't run the offense, that's a problem.
Yeah. You call in a play and it's like, okay, pre-snap motion is supposed to move Vernell Brown over here, and then it's supposed to move Dallas Wilson out over here, and you don't know to move it there, then it's not going to matter, because then what this genius in Buster Faulkner and what we consider a genius and offensive coordinator and whatever these Georgia Tech fans want to say he's not, whenever you have that, you have to let that stuff get into place. I get it. Even if Trammell throws the ball a little bit better, I would rather have the offense be put into play. And I'll tell you right now, I stand by it. I said I wanted Trammell. I did. But in all reality, I think now that I really sit and think about it, I want whoever Buster Faulkner wants. Even if it was unfair. If he believes they want to win, and John Summerall's not going to look at Buster Faulkner and be like, yeah, go ahead. Like, okay, yeah, if you want Aaron Philo to make you happy, no, that's not it. He won the job fair and square. Get the guy who can pre-snap adjust and put somebody there. And guess what? If he can throw 4 touchdowns a game and he throws 2 within that, we're sitting okay. I can promise 2 interceptions within that. I can promise you we're sitting just fine. Just fine. So
again, we're going to find out in 10 days or whatever it is, right?
Exactly.
11 days. And at that point, the only thing that I'll be mad at is if he is the wrong guy, that they don't fix it quickly.
Exactly. That's my biggest thing. That's why I posted that. I'm like, I don't care. Don't care who the guy is. Just if it gets bad.
When's the last time we had one quarterback for the whole season anyways?
Exactly. Like, come on, man. And it's going to be fine. We're going to touch on a little bit more on the press conference in a second. Talking Gator says, what's up, fellas? Going to FAU, my first game in the swamp. Hope to see y'all there. Go Gators. First of all, appreciate the super chat, bro. Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Being your first time in the swamp, number one, it's going to be absolutely jumping for Summerall's very first game, number one. Number two, there is absolutely nothing in this world like Ben Hill Griffin Stadium at night. It is, I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. And to see Won't Back Down with the lights shining in there.
And Summerall's first game, it's beautiful. And a night game. The night game, like day games are fun. It's different, but a night game in the swamp, the lights, Won't Back Down, like you said, that there's nothing like it.
Nothing at all like it. And that's the thing, you know, it's going to be a fun time. We will be there. Find us. You got me on Twitter. Message me. We will 1000% meet up.
We'll have some announcements on that soon.
Yeah, they'll be coming. Quick plug: go follow his podcast. Awesome dude, awesome content. Seriously, go listen to him. He goes live and he knows ball. So, yeah. And also, Christine, thank you for the sparkles. Appreciate that. The other thing that was touched on, and I think that this is more important than who QB1 is, he touched on the offensive line room.
Yep.
He said that it would be Bryce Lovett, Najee Harris. I can't say the name.
Najee, the K is
Najee Harris, Harrison Moore, TJ Shanahan, and Amika Gorgie.
Gosh, so far.
Yeah, that's what he says right now.
It was interesting because it was completely different than what they did Saturday at the scrimmage. Not completely, but the right tackle, left tackle was a little bit. There was some wrinkles, and they ran the ball well. So that's what really shocked me when he kind of said like Amika back at right tackle, because the tackles were different people, and I thought that they did pretty well with manhandling that line. So I was kind of shocked that from what was reported to what he said was different, but they're going to figure that out. Like I said, that one to me is not going to be set in stone until Auburn,
yeah.
At the
and
earliest.
even after,
I mean, hopefully,
that,
I mean, they're always going to rotate. You've got to rotate bodies, and they have depth. Yeah. Like I said, when we broke down the offensive line room, I don't think they have a problem with. They've got like 8 to 10 guys that are capable. It's just finding the 5 that are really good.
Yeah, and I'm fine. Again, it's a thing that really just blows my mind is that it's like we were so hyped about this coaching staff. I heard so many people like he's establishing the Avengers and we have a coaching staff, and it's like this coaching staff makes their decision and they're like, that's wrong. And I'm like, no, these guys do this. This is why they are so sought after. Like these are like creme de la creme of the coaching world, especially the coordinator world. And these are guys that are very sought after. People want them, and we got them. So put your trust in them, and it's going to be okay.
Again, I think the spring comment about, if the O-line doesn't do work, we got no shot. I think that was just a motivating tactic.
Me too.
And by the way, he has not really said anything, right? He's praised them. There's been no negative coming out. So I think they figured it out.
Yeah.
Everybody says Phil's at practice at the scrimmages is way happier. Like way more jumping around, hyped up. Whereas at the end of spring and during spring, he was a little worried there for a minute. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, and I think it.
And by the way, our defensive line's really good, and they manhandled them at practice. So
yeah,
they're at this scrimmage, this night scrimmage. So like, again, we might be back.
Might be back. We really might be back. And if you want to know a little bit about our defensive line room, go watch 2 shows ago. Touched on them. Little plug. But yeah, I'm okay with all of it. And that's why, like, I'm just sitting back. Again, I stand by this for every single position on the field. If it goes wrong, do you have close ties with these guys, like at the quarterback position, like at the offensive line position? Do you have too close of ties with them that you're not willing to switch it out, such as like when Lagway's throwing interceptions, should have thrown a Trammell in there to really switch things up and kind of switch the flow of things. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to go and put a Trammell in there who does know some of these guys from last year and can, yes, it's the same style of play, but mentality is different and the way they play inside of a game is different, things like that. Are you willing to make that switch? And I stand by it. So we'll see. The beautiful thing is we got 11 days and we'll start finding out. We're going to start finding out. But moving on over to our why'd that pop up? To our defensive back room. This one's interesting, right? It's a very interesting room here. Go ahead and break this room down for me. Tell me who you think projected starters in your mind are going to be. Just break it down for us.
Yeah, so I think this room, in my opinion, of all the rooms, this might be the one like with like consistency that scares me the most on defense. Right, yeah. It's our weakest. I think there's a lot of talent there, but you even saw Summerall touch on it in the press conference, right? Like those guys have got to communicate, and like unfortunately in that, like cornerback's probably the toughest position on defense because it's the most thankless. Like if you're a lockdown corner and you just take away that whole half of the field, they don't throw to you, so you never get picks, you never get right. They just never show you on TV,
right?
Like I can't remember the last time I saw Patrick Surtain, or I remember like Jan Bailey, right? Revis, like none of those guys. They never showed those guys on TV because the play never went over there.
Yeah.
This room has to get like they got to get going, right? Like Cormani's in year 4?
Yeah.
Like Cormani's got to turn it on, and even again back to the press conference, like John said, he can be as good as he wants to be. He's got to turn it on. He's got to be consistent.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really excited for the young guys in this room. Like I'm super high on Ben Hanks, Javari Flowers, CJ Brona, CJ Hester, DJ. Like there's talent in that room. The question will be like, can they be consistent and can they make the next jump? I think it's going to help. Like I think they'll be better with the D line. Getting after the quarterback more, the linebackers making big plays. Like I think that's going to be. We're going to see an improvement from last year, but I think if this team is really talented and they want to go win 9 or 10 games, like these guys have got to ball out.
Yeah.
To me, it comes down to I think Cormani and Ben Hanks get the start week 1. I think DJ is still or Dijon still coming back. You know, Javari's going to be a guy heavy in the rotation as well. Like, I think all 4 of these guys are studs. But you know, I think you look at Cormani and Ben, like they've got that length and quickness that you want. Like, I think Ben Hanks has the potential. I mean, he's already flashed, and so is Javari. Like, but Ben Hanks to me has the potential to be the next great one at Florida. Like, give him the 1 jersey, the whole thing, right? Legacy, all of that.
Right, but you're listen. I'm right along with you. I haven't disagreed yet.
But Dijon's the vet in the room, right? Cormani's Money McClain. Like, everybody knows and wants to see him get picks. Like, that's the guy that, right, when a guy's jumping a route, you're like, please be Cormani, because I want to see Cormani take that bad boy to the house. I know that, like, that's your guy. Yeah. But like I said, you know, and then you've got the young guys in the room, and I'm excited to see like some of these freshmen too that are going to hopefully be able to play the first 2 games of the season in Bronow and Hester, because Bronow has like Olympic level track speed and long 6'2". So like I want to see some of those guys in the beginning just to kind of get a peek at maybe what the future holds.
Yeah. I've been very, very adamant and very on point with saying that Ben Hanks Jr. is one of them ones. And I stand by that. I think that he is extremely special. I'll tell you right now, last year, I texted Vern and I was like, hey, Ben Hanks Jr. And he was like, him. Like, that was literally the response, was him. And then he even talked about Flowers. He said he's young. When he figures it out, it's over. Like, he's going to be it. That's Vern saying that. Like, whatever I say is just an opinion, but someone like that talking about it, like, that's massive. Another thing is Dijon Johnson working in the offseason with Vern. I know that he's been kind of dealing with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of pain, whatever. He's good now. Like you said, though, Cormani's the big one. I got a little bit of bias towards him. He's from where I'm from. I want to see him shine. He has that ability. I have been very, very adamant. Yeah, and I've been saying, like, man, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm not joking. I wish I was. I watched this man go against some of the best high schools, and you see him over. The defense is huddled up talking, and he's over here joking around. He's talking to people in the crowd, and he's doing this, he's doing that, not paying a lick of attention. 2 plays later, he's taking a pick to the house. And it's like he just has that natural ability, but the problem is that I think that is the problem right there. It's like you're such a natural ability. Can you dial that in, and can you be a part of a team? Can you be a part of a playbook? Can you be a part of a scheme? Like, this isn't high school anymore, you know? And then I think the worst thing that happened for him was going out to Colorado. I think it was just like flashy lights everywhere. And it's what he wanted, right?
Well, the first warning sign, right, was he was committed to Florida State before flipping to Colorado.
Well, Miami.
Well, and Florida State.
Cormani was committed to Florida State?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But regardless, like, that's it. Just
wasn't Cormani, or am I like?
You might be tripping on that one. Maybe, but the big one was him being committed to Miami on signing day, and then he's like got a cake for him and yada yada yada, and then so you have a cake sitting there being committed to Miami. Dion calls, and it's like, you're making it a show now, right? Then you go out to another show in Colorado. I do think he was humbled a bit when he came here, and he didn't get scholarship right away. Regardless of how that all works out, it was him coming here. It was, hey, you got to earn your way onto this team. This isn't, he's wearing 25. He didn't get his number 7 that he wants. He didn't get everything he needed. It was like, you got to earn your way here. And that's why he's wearing 25, 2 and 5, 7.
I was thinking of Travis Hunter. That's why.
Yeah. I was like, I thought you might have mixed.
They're both the number 1 corner at the time. That's
right. But the thing is, it's still, I mean, he was committed to Miami. Then he leaves them hanging. Shout out to that. I love that. But still, he leaves them hanging. He ends up at Colorado. It's a mess out there. And they're like, well, he's not coming to practice. It's like, yeah, because there's literally zero structure out here. Like, Dion, the only thing you do out here is you're telling them to wear certain socks. Cool. But then he comes to Florida. He has to earn his way onto the team. You see flashes of it. Like his pick 6 against Kentucky. I mean, his ball skills and being able to play that ball in the air. I mean, he's disgusting. And he has all the ability in the world.
He flashes, but he's got to be consistent. Like,
right.
That's what's been frustrating. Like, we've had consistency issues in this cornerback room for pretty much the last 10 years. Like, Dijon, again, great when he's healthy, but he can't stay healthy, right? Your best ability is availability. Cormani, inconsistent. You know, that's why, that's why I'm real excited to see these young guys because I think they've done a pretty good job the last like 2-3 years of recruiting that room, especially getting back into South Florida. All right. Coral Gables and all of that. Like that's huge. Yeah.
And that's also a new DB coach. A DB coach that his last stop, they got a lot of interceptions. And
he said too that they, in their room, they put up pictures on the walls of the photos of all the turnovers they get during the games.
Exactly. And
that's what you got to bring back. Like that, like you got to bring back that pride. And they said too, when like recruits show up, they're like, "Oh, what's that for?" They're like, those are the pics on the wall for all the turnovers." I'm like, hell yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, you need that kind of stuff. You need, listen, we got the champ in here, right? He can vouch for this. Something that's very big for me is when they're all talking about, oh, Miami brought the turnover chain. No, the Gators had the first chain. They had that chain link out there with the papers on there. I want stuff like that. I want our DBs, when they get picks, I want them going over to the sideline, give them something. I'm not saying it's got to be a turnover chain. Do that. I don't care if it's on the sideline. Then put pictures up on the wall. Give it where it's like there's something there because they want that picture on the wall. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if Cormani has 3 pictures up on the wall, guess who really wants their pictures up on the wall? Ben Hanks, Javari Flowers, Dijon Johnson. They don't want to be the only ones without it.
Look, if you're a good corner, you're hyper competitive.
Yeah,
because you're out there on an island. Like it ain't. That's the most probably non-team position on the team.
Yep.
Because there's nobody else out there really. I mean, other than the safety occasionally, there's nobody out there helping you. Like you get burned in the first 3 yards, that's a tutty. You're done.
Exactly. And that's the thing, man. It's just it sucks, right? Because I'm so high on Cormani. Not as high as I am on Ben Hanks, but I feel like those two right there, if they can turn it on, those two right there could be the difference in 7 or 8 wins and double-digit wins, and where I think that we could be. Like I believe we're going to go undefeated, you know. But that's the deal with these two. I think those two are game changers. You put Flowers into the nickel and let those guys roam. Dijon comes in if need be, you know, kind of do a little bit of rotation for people that are tired, things like that. But I think that those two right there in the middle, they're going to lock up your best receivers. They have that ability. Now, can they make it click? I stand by it. I think that Ben Hanks has multiple interceptions. I think he finishes the year as cornerback 1 and has a massive year. Yep. And I think rolling into next year, he's going to be the talk of the DBs in the country. Not maybe, who knows where at, but his name's going to be out there personally. So is that you agree? Cormani, Ben Hanks, starters?
I mean, I've been saying that basically for the last month and a half. I think Dijon just isn't ready yet, probably from a physicality standpoint. You know, again, it's going to be a heavy rotation of those guys. I think they've got 4 guys that are really, really good. But yeah, Cormani and Ben Hanks, I think, are just ready to go.
So who do you want to see in the nickel?
So nickel, I kind of I saved that for the safety room because I think
okay.
To me, like I know it's a nickel corner, but it's really a star, and to me, a star is a safety. But yeah, because I mean, I think that's Thursday's show for sure.
Okay, yeah, and it's kind of give or take, but I could see Flowers jumping into that nickel, but I do like the rotation of even if one gets a little dinged up.
In this defense, though, they tend to if you look at the guys they're looking at playing it for that star position, it's safeties. And then I've even heard that they might put Jaden Woods out there at star if it's close to the line, which would be I got to see that to understand what they're cooking. But John and them boys are cooking if they're putting Jaden Woods at star.
Jaden Woods got him a pick last year. He got more picks than some of our DBs. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I'm not mad at it.
We just need turnovers. These guys, like we need to start to get the return of DBU and get these guys to become ball hawks. Like I think they've got the potential. It's just, can we get there?
Yeah, exactly. And I think we will, honestly. I think that this group of guys right here, as long as they keep their head on straight and they get in that playbook, I really do think that these guys, especially with I think that this defensive scheme and the way that these guys are going to let these guys play ball, I think the last defensive scheme didn't work out for them, but I think this one's going to. They're going to say attack the ball, like go up and get it. Like you hear Summerall said, like that should be an interception. Like the touchdown pass to Bailey Stockton, it should have been an interception. Like Cormani should have got him another one. And it's like he wants his guys attacking the ball. Go get it. Like go get a pick. I love that. That's what brings back DBU. Do not be conservative out there. Go get the ball. If you get beat, but you at least played the ball right, no one's gonna be mad at that.
Well, and the good, like a cornerback's best friend and the biggest help for them with getting interceptions, in my opinions, is having safeties that do their jobs.
Yeah.
If you know you've got help over the top and you know it's going to be there, you can try to make a play on that ball instead of playing the receiver, right?
Yep. Yeah.
If you're out there on an island and you don't know who you got back out there, and or all your safeties are hurt or they're in the wrong spot, like that's where you've got to play it a little more conservative. If we can get those safeties to do their jobs and help support those corners, that's where I think these guys can really, you can really start to see them make a play, because Hanks and Cormani and DJ, they've all made unbelievable plays. So we know they have that in them, right? They have the ability. It's just taking that ability and the mental part, right? Recognizing the plays, seeing things on the field, being instinctual. That's what they need to do. They've got the talent. It would be at UF if they didn't.
And you know what I love? I love this. Like it is something that just, man, I lay down at night and I just go to sleep with a nice smile on my face, is hearing about Ben Hanks and Dallas Wilson having a competition of their one-on-ones, like who beat who more. Listen, you can't tell me nothing. You cannot tell me anything. Those two are competing and they're going at it and they're ready for practice next day. They're thinking about it. Oh, he got the best of me yesterday. Oh, I'm coming right back tomorrow. Like line me up with him. Dallas Wilson, we saw what he did at Texas. We saw what he did to those boys. And Ben Hanks is like, I want you. Like, I want that competition with you. We're going to run these ones, and we're going to see who the best man is come the end of camp. And every single time we practice, let's just see who the better man is. So, but those two right there in the middle, let them get the ball in their hands. Let them get an interception. And trust me.
The crazy part with Javari Flowers, a lot of people forget, is he reclassified. So he was 17-18 last year.
Yeah.
So this is like, he should be a true freshman right now.
Yeah.
He's already got a year under his belt. That's what makes me happy and excited, like with like Stevie Bentley, like getting that extra like year to be in the program. Like it was amazing that Javari even had to play. And he had ups and downs last year, as any true freshman would. But the fact that he was doing that when he should have been in high school is just crazy.
Yeah. It's insane what he was doing. It just shows you that it's like, man, talent is talent. He gets another year under his belt. Now he gets to go, learn more. He got the speed of college last year. Now he can really learn that playbook more and go, okay, that's the speed of college. Now I can really take that and now I can make plays. Like I don't have to worry about, how fast is this going to move? How fast is this movement here going to be? No, he understands it now. And so as long as health is good, health and mentality. I think those are two things. Their talent does not lack in this room at all. It's those two things, health and mentality. If you got those two dialed in, this room's going to be just fine. And just like Champ said in the comments, if he can learn the nickel, Ben Hanks, you can have packages where, you can shift these guys around and really have some fun with it and really make some plays. So I can't wait to see that and see how this room looks and how this room goes. So, So it's funny that we're actually. I know that a lot of if you've been around for our shows, our lives, you're gonna understand this. But it's funny that we're talking about the DB room and we're talking about Kentucky because Vernon Hargraves absolutely hates Kentucky, hates them, and I hope that this DB room feels the same way. I really don't know what he hates about them because we mop them every time. But jumping over to the
That was
Kentucky
back when that was the standard, yeah.
Yeah, that's before Billy got his hands on everything. So this game, right along with the Auburn game, right along with the Ole Miss game, you have another first-year SEC head coach, right? Also, as we all know, Brad White, former defensive coordinator for Kentucky, and John Summerall, who also played at Kentucky, and I will guarantee you Kentucky fans are
And coached.
and coached there under Brad White.
Yep.
And I'll guarantee you that Kentucky fans are pissed because they're like, how could we not go get an alum of our own school? If we're already going to fire our coach, why did we not go get someone that played here? Right? There's going to be some extra juice there for Summerall. I fully believe it. Not just going against another SEC guy, but he's going back to Kentucky. So I'll let you take it away. Shout out to Kyle again. Listen, Kyle makes these beautiful graphics. I can't listen. It's amazing. Go ahead, bro. Sorry. Quick plug.
No, you're good. Yeah. November 14th, Kroger Field, Lexington, Kentucky. Outside of Bourbon, I can't think of any reason you'd want to go to Kentucky. And by the way, my parents are from Kentucky. My mom is. But yeah, I've never been to a game in Kentucky. I don't know if I ever want to. But these boys got to go there. I think this is going to be the beginning of kind of the decline and the difficulty of our schedule, right? We go to Kentucky, then Vandy, then, the G5 school up in Tallahassee. Big game for Brad White, right? Especially because he was there last year, right? Summerall's been at a couple different places. He played there. He's got that love that, but Brad White, right? He wants to show he made the right decision going over to Florida, choosing them over Kentucky. Kentucky's going to be one of those teams where, I don't know. I don't necessarily think they're going to be very good this year, but like, I do like Will Stein, like their head coach hire. The big thing with them is, can they get money to afford the rosters?
Exactly.
But I do think Will Stein's a hell of a coach. So like and they've got that Kenny Minchie kid from Notre Dame who is not a slouch. Like he lost to CJ Carr in the battle, and that's why he transferred. But like CJ Carr is a stud. So
yeah,
they've got him. They've got a great running game, right? They've got a great 1-2 punch with CJ Baxter and Deontay Barnes. To me, this is one of those games though where I just personally think it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I agree.
Spoiler, it's Florida putting belt to ass.
I was like, listen, but I was like, tread lightly with the next thing you say.
Listen, we're going to beat Kentucky in basketball every time we play them this year by probably 20. I expect us to beat Kentucky in football on November 14th by 20.
Yeah, Kentucky's going to have a rough time in every sport they play us in. That's including tennis, golf, swimming, whatever. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Will Stein. I think that Will Stein with an NIL backing, his offensive mindset, I think that he can really make it happen. Now, I do wonder, can somebody like Will Stein be able to control a whole team while still calling plays? Like, I know it's been done before, but you even seen someone like Lane Kiffin who gave up play calling. So you do wonder in that sense there. A big thing here is like CJ Baxter is known to have injury problems, right? So you wonder, does he make it to our game?
Right.
I guess the one benefit to them is that it's a home game for them. I just feel when it comes to athlete, that this team that we have and that we'll be bringing to Kentucky is just far superior to Kentucky. Again, I think that Will Stein is going to be able to dial stuff up that's going to give Brad White a little bit of trouble. But I think that when it comes to just overall what we're going to bring, at the end, I could see us winning by multiple scores. Now, it may be late in the game that we start piling it on, but whoever they have left on that team from last year, I think there's going to be a lot of cockiness. Like, oh, we beat the brakes off this team last year. And it's like, nah, you beat a team that went into Ole Miss and gave it everything they had. And then they came and played you and just didn't care.
Look, if for anybody that's not aware, the defensive coordinator that Will is putting in charge of coaching the defense is former Florida inside linebacker coach Jay Bateman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So again, I think that Kentucky may be better in a few years, but I think they've got a bigger rebuild than just about anybody in the SEC, other than probably Arkansas for new coaches, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be able to put up some points. I don't necessarily think that defense is going to be able to stop a nosebleed.
No.
And by the way, those guys that are there, that are still there from last year, when they whooped our butt, they have nothing to play for. They don't care. They beat us 38-7, right? Like they'll be confident in everything. There are guys on that Florida team. You don't lose to Kentucky 38-7.
No, never. Like,
no.
I'll tell you,
that might have been the worst game I had to watch last year.
It hands down was. And I'll tell you something.
Top two.
I,
at a minimum,
went up to the game at University of Florida when Kentucky beat us to end the streak, right? I rode up there with my cousin, and we were driving back home. We sat there in that car, dead silent. I didn't say a word. Not even joking. Like, I know people are like, I didn't talk. No, I didn't speak. Like, I was sick. And it caused such a hatred, which is so funny because we beat them for so long, but it caused such a hatred in my heart for this team. Like, I was like I'm right there at Vernon. I'm like, yeah, I hate Kentucky. And I'm like, man, we beat them for so long. But I'll tell you one thing. Listen, Buster Faulkner, if you're listening, I know that you didn't really have to deal with this guy, but I'm going to tell you the plan to beat Kentucky. I don't know what number he's going to wear for them, but he wore 13 for us. Find him and throw it at him every single time, because he does not know how to cover. Just throw it right at Jordan Castell and just absolutely dice him up, because he's going to be lost out there. Send all three guys at him, and he's literally just going to pass out. Like, seriously, it's going to be over for him. Just throw it right at him. Sorry if that's, throwing shade at somebody, but I can't help it. I think we beat the brakes off of him, truly. And I think it could be late. Like I said, I think Will Stein could make a lot happen it was 14. You're right. Sorry.
What?
But I think it was 14 that Jordan Castell wore.
Yeah, 14.
14, not 13. But regardless, like, I do think that Will Stein is going to be able to dial stuff up to keep them in the game. I do think that Minty is going to be able to make throws happen. If Baxter is healthy, if Barnes is healthy, those boys are going to run the ball, and it's going to be on our D-line to be able to hold up their end of the bargain, stop the run game, force, get the turnovers, make the turnovers happen. Kentucky is not that loud of a place or that hard of a place to play in, but get them real quiet quick.
Well, and I think too, the biggest thing with Kentucky and playing them at this point in the year, I think we're going to have quite a bit to be playing for.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're absolutely going to have some bumps and bruises, right? Physically and probably on our record, right? This is the first year of John Summerall.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Kentucky at this point in the season is going to be in a much worse spot. And I will be curious to see how Will Stein handles that, because I don't think he's really ever been in that type of adversity.
Yeah.
He certainly never really saw that at Oregon. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the question. Like, can you recruit with that NIL budget versus what you were working with at Oregon?
Yeah.
It remains to be seen.
And I think my thing with it is it's like you said, with the NIL budget, we know that Kentucky wants basketball back. We know that they love that. I will say something, and I do stand by this, and I agree with this, is Brandon Walker went on Josh Pate's show, and something they touched on is that Kentucky, if they started winning in football, they would quickly say, we don't really care about basketball that much. We want to, like, it's the SEC. Everybody cares about football. But you can do both, but not a place like Kentucky. Kentucky, I don't know who they got there as boosters and funding that NIL money, but I just don't think they can keep up with both. Not bringing in what they want to bring in basketball and what they bring in football. And I think it is a reality check for Will Stein. He's at Oregon where those checks are getting cashed daily for 5 stars and major players coming in. And then you go to little old Kentucky and you're like, oh, wait a second. This is different. Like, yes, you went and got a CJ Baxter, but you went and got a CJ Baxter who he kind of got pushed out of that running back room at Texas. Injuries piled on. So he leaves. And yes, you grabbed him over others, but the injury woes are there. Like you said, Minchie, he, falls behind at Notre Dame. He's still a baller, but still he wasn't the guy. So what can he do with all of this? Like, is he going to be that offensive guru? Or was that just a product of a lot of talent that was around you? A lot of talent, a lot of 5 stars that you could dial up some crazy stuff, and that talent went and did that. We'll have to see. So, as we always talk about here, I'm going to have you tell me which room we need the most, and then obviously we'll touch on a player from each side. But which room do you think we need the most to win this game?
On offense or defense?
Give me both.
Well, which one you want first?
Offense.
All right, offense. I think to me, I want to see, and again, I'm going to say Philo because that's who so far is a starter. Whoever will be the starting quarterback, I hope it's Philo because that means he played really well and we didn't have to put Tramell in because Philo stunk, right? Like, I just want whoever's the guy to keep the job. I'm going to disclose that before people jump at me on X. I think Aaron Philo will be the key to this game, right? We've been saying Jaden Ball, like obviously Jaden Ball, but I think this game, like this is going to be at a point in the year where, and it's probably going to be a game where they're going to let him loose a little bit, see what he can do, right? Give him the keys to the Ferrari and take the governor off of it.
Yeah.
And if it and I think that's like I want to like if this is a game where you're supposed to win big, like run the ball a little bit, get that going, and then I just want to see some big play. Like this is the game you want to do that. You want to take the crowd out quickly. Deep balls or deep runs from Jaden Ball are great, but deep passes to Eric Singleton or Dallas Wilson, that's when you just shut the lights off. It's over, right? And I think in this first, like this being the first game outside of the gauntlet, like I think running backs they're probably going to be tired because if we've got any chance of winning those games, we've got to be able to run the ball. And so I think that's like we're going to need at some point in this season, we are going to have to rely on whoever the quarterback is to probably get us through some games, even if they're easier games. Like we've got to be able to throw the ball. So offense, I'm going to say Aaron Philo. Defensively, I'm gonna go with Kentucky safety transfer.
Okay, I like it.
Cam Dooley, right?
Yeah,
Cam Dooley.
Yep.
Or you
Cam
were
Dooley.
getting it confused with DJ Coleman.
No, he's from Baylor, right?
Right. Yeah. I just thought.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's going to be a key, right? And I think it's interesting that we traded safeties basically, right? We gave them Jordan Castell.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
We got Cam Dooley. It's kind of I haven't seen Cam play a lot, but I think we won that trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But and touch on that real quick. I know that people look and they go, well, we just traded safeties. And it's like you did, but sometimes, and it's on both sides. Like outside of like this, we're us touching on this game, I think it's good for both sides. Like go let Castell get a fresh start at a new area, like new facilities, like all that plays into it. And then let Dooley come over here and get a fresh start. Like it all changes. Like you get around new people, some different personalities and things like that change. Like just because they were one way at another school doesn't mean they're gonna be the same way here. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you keep touching. Okay. Well,
Oh
yeah.
no, I
So
was just saying. I'm picking him a little bit because it's a storyline, right? And you mentioned Castell going there, and trying not to pick the same guys that we've been picking for the last few weeks because again, every week, no matter what you do, you're gonna have Miles Graham, Jaden, like those are going to be your impact guys.
Yeah.
But I do think, right, we're going to talk about the safety room on Thursday. I think that's another room that I'm excited about, but I think still needs to prove themselves because there's a lot of new young guys and transfers in there. Some guys I'm excited about. There's some guys that, I think need to prove themselves. But trying to be a little bit off the ball and not, too repeating myself with the last few guys that we've picked on offense and defense. I'm going to go quarterback and safety, the quarterback of the defense, some say.
Yeah. And I think with me, and I'll just I understand the quarterback room. I think that this is going to be, I think when we look back on this season, I think that this is going to be the VB3 game. I think Vernell Brown goes crazy. I think that he really, I think it's a breakout game for him. But I agree. I think Philo's going to have to get it to him. But I think that this is a game that he really shines and just is talked about on ESPN the next day. Why you say? I don't really have a reason. I love VB3 and he deserves one. I think that a couple of our receivers are going to have some big games, and I think this could be him.
It's hard. Shoot, it'd be hard to pick who's going to have a big game on what day because it's like flip a coin. All three of those guys. I mean, shoot, I really think there's probably 4 or 5 guys that are going to get meaningful receptions and yards and touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is a game. This is one of those games where you circle all right, I could probably get away with doing a little bit more passing than running here. Let's give Jaden Ball a break because he just probably ran, hopefully, 25, 30 times against Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah, he's going to be exhausted. And I really think that this is a game that you really are going to be able to toss the ball around. I think it could be a very fun offensive game either way. But on the flip side, so I think VB3 has a big game. And then on the defensive side, we just touched on him. I think that this is a Cormani game. I think this is a money game. He got a pick 6 against Kentucky in the swamp. And I think that he's going to go into Lexington and he's going to ball. I could see him getting a couple interceptions this game and really making an impact. I think you could say him or Ben Hanks, but I'm going to rock with Cormani here. I think certain players just have certain tendencies against certain teams, and I think this might be his. Like he got a pick 6 against Kentucky.
Yep.
Let's go back and do it again. Get you a pick 6, get you a couple of interceptions, and have you a day. And really get Minchie just disrupted out there. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think Minchie will be an okay quarterback for the most part, but I think from what I looked at the transfers, I don't think this Kentucky line is going to be able to last very long with our D line this year. I just don't see it.
No, I mean this could be a Jaden Woods game. Where
you could make an argument that if Summerall turns this team around in a year, which a lot of people are expecting, me included, you can see that with the roster we have. Kentucky, not yet. And that 38-7 game was an absolute fluke. It will not happen again. We do not lose to Kentucky. They say they're a basketball school. We beat their ass in that too because we're an everything school. My final score prediction, 49-14.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something too real quick. You got a head coach that knows what it's like to get absolutely smacked in the mouth by this orange and blue team. Like he knows. He has been on the opposite side of the team and had to deal with, oh my God, like he watched it. He grown up where he grew up. He knows SEC. He knows what the Gators do to Kentucky, and that's going to be brought back. Yeah, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I think that I'm going to give them a little bit more. I think Will Stein's going to be able to score. I'm going to give them 21, and Florida's going to have 56, and they're going to just pile it on in the fourth. So, yeah, 56-21. I got Florida just piling it on in the fourth quarter. Love it. I love it.
Hey.
I can't wait. Hey, while y'all are here, comment what you think your score prediction is going to be.
Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see what everybody says.
Some crazy ass numbers.
Yeah, we're about to see 150-3. I can already tell. It's probably like the
Champ,
first
give
number.
us your score prediction.
Yeah, I want to see real quick before we sign off here, because sometimes I start to wonder, like, am I crazy? Like, because I say a lot of scores on here, and I lay down in bed and I'm like, I'm really setting myself up for failure, ain't I? I can tell. Also, while we're waiting on score predictions to come in,
Oh, there we go.
I knew Kenny. Yeah, that's great.
Never a doubt, Kenny.
Smash the like button for us real quick while you're here.
Trav would never.
Absolutely would never. Smash the like button for us. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe for us. Share it out real quick, and share it once it's posted as well. It helps us out a ton. It means the world to us. Oh man, these scores are rolling in.
Sweet.
Let's see. 48-10, 55-10, 37-7, 67-0. I like that one. Hey Justin, I like that. You're speaking my language now.
Evil 37-7, 67-0.
Yeah, but guys,
that's a basketball score.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, they're not a basketball school, so
guys, truly, I'm having a blast. Like, I mean, this is
we're almost
so much
done
fun.
too, by the way. Which, like, as much fun as these are,
yeah,
like we're getting pretty good at them now. Like we're in like week whatever. I think we just finished like week 10. We're getting pretty good now. But the nice part is when this is over, like it's been a long couple of weeks of doing these.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as it's over, we get one show Thursday and then the game.
And then it's game time. Then real ball gets started.
So everybody wondering, Vanderbilt safeties will be on Thursday. Tuesday, the last game we play of the season, G5 school, FS Poo. We know what to do. And the quarterback room. I was hoping that was going to be the week where we got all this news. Like, I was just a week late. I thought I was going to like hit, and it was going to come.
How perfect
I was
been.
like, I was so close. I was so close, but John just he wanted to screw up our schedule, so he just said, "No, you ain't getting that, Kyle. I'm gonna leak it a week early." So we got it, but that one will also be a fun conversation because I think people on X are still going to be arguing.
Yeah, I got something to say. Y'all got to tune in on that Tuesday because I got something to say about the quarterback room, not for this year, but for next year. If you've been watching, you probably know already, but regardless, we'll touch on it.
We all know. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not breaking news.
Everyone should know, but if you don't, you're going to know soon. Yeah. We love you guys. Truly means the world. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Keep sharing this out. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing this for us. It means the world. Kyle just broke his podcast background.
Damn.
It is what it is. But we love you guys. Coming out with us Thursday, breaking down Vanderbilt safety room. I'm hyped for that one. I think that safety room has
we'll probably have some really, really big news.
Yeah. Tune in Thursday. We really might have some big news coming. You never know. You don't know unless you come out and watch. We love you guys. Thank you. You guys know how to end it here. If you ain't a Gator, y'all know the rest. Go Gators.